Welcome back to Brainwave Scanner Reviews. Today we are going to be looking at an interesting figure. This is Storm Shadow version 46. This is from the second wave of Dollar General figures from 2013. This figure is the closest we got to a modern version of Ginsu, the 1993 Ninja Force pile driver. But as you can see, they're not really very similar, and that's because he is not homaging the released figure, he is homaging a pre-production version. So, with that being said, I'm not going to be rating this one today because they're not the same design. So how could I fairly do that? As you can see, like I said, there's not really that many similarities except that they're both ninjas. They're both repaints of a Storm Shadow. As I said, this one is a repaint of the first wave Dollar General Storm Shadow, and Ginsu is a repaint of Ninja Force Storm Shadow. Now, that first wave Dollar General Storm Shadow was a modern version, or as close as we got, of Ninja Force Storm Shadow. And so, I will get into that more later, of course, when we do Storm Shadow. Therefore, Ginsu is an homage, or a, repaint of Ninja Force Storm Shadow, so is this one kind of a repaint of Ninja Force Storm Shadow. So they do have that in common. They both have some orange, although of course the modern ones is toned down. They both have some blue, but the orange and blue are in somewhat different places. They both have sashes with tassels, and they both have a sword. They both have a hood. Otherwise, like I said, they're not really that similar. It's just, this is the closest we got to Ginsu, so I thought I would just do this one for, kind of fun. But why don't we look at the articulation since we haven't seen this body before? So, this is a little bit later body, so we have swivel and hinged ankles. We don't have rockers yet, that would come soon. Double jointed knees, good wide range of motion on hips, comes up about that far, out about that far, back about that far. Then we have hinged, up and down hinge on his left hand, and it also swivels. We have in and out hinge on his right hand, and it also swivels. And then we have single jointed elbows that swivel all the way around. His shoulders go up quite high and swivel all the way around. He has a torso swivel, and his head can go 360 degrees and look up and down pretty well. So that's about it for articulation. As you can see, he did come with a Cobra stand. This is his, even though he is a G.I. Joe character. But so did the Storm Shadow from the year previous, so I don't know why. Really, as I said, because I can't grade them, there's not much more to say about him. He's a fun figure. If you're a Ninja Force completionist, he's the best you're going to do. So, for that, I do recommend him. We'll see you in the next video.